Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. So many of you commented on the live chat on my second to last video that you really enjoyed seeing my face, and for some of you, you were able to put a face to the name and the voice that you had been hearing for so long. So I think I'll be doing more of these face-to-face videos, if you will. And I really want to take advantage of the weather while it's really beautiful and nice out. So I'm back at the actual exact same spot that I was the other day and bringing you some nature. It's a little bit more cloudy today, but we still have the sunshine. So I hope you'll enjoy the vibrations, vibrational energy and alignment that this video brings to you, if that's the only thing that you take away from this. But of course, I hope you take away more. The reason I have my sunglasses on is otherwise I'll be squinting. So see? It's bright enough out that I'll be squinting, and it becomes challenging for me to read the cards. So, but I'm here, and please do have a look around. And if you look at my description box, you'll see my Patreon link as well as my website link, as well as how to hook up with me for private healing sessions. I'm not offering private readings at this time. I know many of you have asked, so I'm not offering those at this time. What I'm focusing on right now is the private healing and coaching sessions with myself and Holly. It's all on the website there. It's under the offerings page. And then we're also ramping up for the second group coaching program, which will be in April 2022, and we'll have our early bird launching actually this month. So welcome to February 1st, guys. It is the lunar year, the beginning of the true lunar year. And this is interesting because for a lot of us, this can feel like January 1st. This can feel like the actual true beginning that we might have been seeking. Now, of course, we were all seeking, let's face it, January 1st, 2022. So now we're getting this very spring energy, a pep in your step. If you look on the Pattern app, which I love, and I've encouraged everyone in my group to connect to that, you enter your birth date and then you connect with other people. You can form relationship patterns or friendship patterns, and it'll tell you patterns that you have going on astrologically. It'll tell you when the pattern ends, when it begins, and then it'll also tell you all about the pattern. Very informative, really cool. Wish I had invented it, but I didn't. So go on and check that out, guys. There's a really cool pattern happening right now where we are invited we're invited to invite in the change. Okay, so if you're feeling just this kind of springy energy and it's feeling just beautiful and things are feeling like they're opening up or blossoming, there's a reason for that. And I want to encourage you to really jump on that opportunity. For today's reading, what I'm offering is we are going to look into my new favorite deck, the Divine Masculine Healing deck, the Journey to Union. Now I'm waiting for the Divine Feminine deck that she is so I'm so gratefully receiving these decks from Diane Garris. She's the creator, and her Etsy link is below in the description box as well. But we're going to focus on the Divine Masculine. I also have this deck that I think we may delve into as well. I chose the Kipper deck here because I just felt like I wanted to get some messages, maybe some shadow work that's being done here with the masculines, because they're coming through very, very strongly for me again, as well as my masculine. And then also we have the integration deck. So I really wanted to just tune into all of these energies, and we're going to get started. And I actually want to get started with the Kipper deck just because it's fun. It's fun, and it's going to give us some insight into what is going on really with the masculines right now. Okay. Oh, the sun came out there. Did you see it? She came out for a couple minutes to greet you guys, and she went back into her cocoon. She's not quite ready for spring, but I am. I'm ready for, actually, no, winter here is pretty amazing. I'll take winter here because we don't get like a true winter down here. So I will take winter. Winter, spring, mostly winter. I know a lot of you are like, no way, get me out of the winter. I'm ready for spring. And if you could, guys, if you're in the live chat, please just like the video, that's all, or subscribe to the channel, share my videos. All of these things greatly help the people who need to see these videos see them, be able to find them. It's all about the algorithm with YouTube, and I organically grow my channel, so I'm doing it all myself through videos and through my content, but you guys can definitely help. Okay, so first thing we have is the false person, the karmic partner, okay? Now, I've done a post over on Patreon a few days ago talking about the karmic partner, and I have other previous posts as well, talking about how the karmic partner, how you can get past the karmic partner, do not allow it to disrupt your emotional state of mind or your framework, and also why the karmic partner isn't really real. This is a false person, kind of like fear, false evidence appearing real. It's a false person appearing real. And, you know, he has the blindfold on there and she's covering her lips because she tells lies. She's false. It's falsities. It's not truths that are being spoken within this connection. And if you see the flames here in the back, you can see like the different letters. She's told a lot of lies. And what I'm seeing here, and it could be a he or a she, obviously, but I don't want to spend too much time focusing on the karmic energy. But what I'm seeing here is an evaporation of this connection. Many masculines are finding themselves single in 2022. And guys, they're not going to just hop around, you know, and hop into other people's beds. They're going to remain single for the remainder of 2022 because they're finally ready to face themselves and to work on themselves. And your words are echoing in their minds saying, you can't work on yourself if you're wrapped up or tied up in another relationship or connection. You need to be free and be single. Not even to be with you, the divine feminine, but just to work on yourself. You can't work on yourself if you're constantly jumping from relationship to relationship, masculine. So the feminine has learned this lesson, and for the most part, and the masculine is now learning this lesson. And so they are freeing themselves from these connections. They're burning up in flames, okay? They were never real to begin with. They were an illusion. They were an illusion. The connection, yes, it might look like something in the physical world, but there's no heart-to-heart connection. There's no true emotional connection. There's nothing there when you look deeper. If you guys have questions about your connections, this is a true twin flame connection. Where is this heading? What is my person doing? Are we on the path to union? We can answer those questions in your private sessions. And so you can definitely book some sessions with Holly and myself, and we will get to the bottom of your connection and also help you to move forward with your career, to move out of any blockages you have emotionally or that are creating physical blocks for you, any health issues you have going on. We can look into all of that. So the journey, yeah, this is so beautiful. So I see this as the masculine moving on. Look, this is so amazing. He's moving on from the false person, guys. His bags are packed. Do I have it in the right place? Yes. This is a luxurious man. This is a man he has many possessions, many nice things, nice clothes, nice items, nice luggage. Money is important to him, yes, and I think it might continue to be for the masculines. However, they're realizing the need for balance. You have to balance work and play. You have to balance pleasure and work. You have to balance this idea of masculine and feminine within yourself, and you have to balance the need for possessions, and then the need or desire for a very true human need for connection with other humans. So yeah, he's taking a journey, and for a lot of feminines, I see he's exiting the karmic connection and coming towards you. But first, there's something that has to happen in the middle. But maybe he's been doing this the entire time. If he's been letting go of the connection, perhaps this is just the final straw that breaks the camel's back, that finally disintegrates the connection. It's kind of what I'm seeing. It's already been put in place. It was breaking apart at the seams like last year, a long time ago. But the masculine here is definitely moving towards something. So this is a very kind of Eight of Wands-y energy. And these cards are so playful and so fun. Yeah, look, on the bottom of the deck, we have the divine masculine, we have the wealthy man. So he's taking this journey, this wealthy man, and he's starting to realize his worth. This is a man here with confidence, and he's got a gold-plated, I don't know if that's a clock, but if that is a clock, that's interesting, because I'm going to interpret this as a clock here, this golden clock, because I'm interpreting this as the hands of time, and as the masculine realizing that as time moves forward, he's moving with it. He's noticing more gray in his hair. He's noticing, his physique might be changing. He's noticing that he's slowing down. And as he's slowing down physically, this is being orchestrated for a reason. This is big, guys. What I'm going to tell you right now is really big. And I have proof of it from one of the amazing divine feminines in my group. She's a starseed. She's a very powerful starseed. I can't wait to introduce her to you guys. She's also a divine feminine and a light worker. I mean, she's many, many things. She's hilarious. You guys are going to love working with her. I don't know what she's going to offer, but I know she's going to be offering something to the collective, and I can't wait to share her with you. But she shared with us that her divine masculine had checked in after a couple months, of silence, like 3 months or so, where they kind of went their separate ways and did their healing. But they're in the stages of leading up to physical union for sure. And it's interesting. She's the one kind of backing away, focusing on herself, and he's sharing what he's going through. He's now moving through the physical symptoms of ascension, like we have, like the feminine has moved through. So I have confirmation, guys, in the physical reality that the masculines are moving through physical ascension symptoms. As this happens, they are slowing down. They're noticing that they don't have maybe the vitality that they had in the past. And feminines, you know this because you were stripped of your vitality as well. Hell, there were days where I couldn't get out of bed. If you didn't hear from me for a week, it was probably because I couldn't get out of bed. And same with other readers, and same with all of you on this journey. Even if you're not a twin soul and you're watching this, because I do deliver messages for starseeds and light workers, but you're on this ascension journey. If you're present and incarnated at this time on the planet, you are on an ascension journey. You can't help but feel the changes. So the masculine's feeling the changes, and they are moving through this intense healing process. As they move through this intense healing, they are discovering parts of themselves that are really tied into this journey. Okay, they're discovering the parts of themselves. They're really having a fondness for this journey at this time, really thinking of the feminine very fondly. And you guys know that I don't say this lightly. There are times where I will tell you the masculine is not thinking about the feminine. The masculine's focused on this, focused on work. But right now, the masculine's very focused on his heart and healing. He's very focused on the journey. He's focused on getting back to the feminine, away from this false person. And this is a masculine who has definitely had success in the material world, okay? King of Pentacles type energy. But now he wants to balance out that energy. You can't just, he's been like the King of Wands, right? He's got the fashion, he's got all, the different, stoking different fires here, different businesses, different successes, worldly successes. But now he wants to be the King of Pentacles, where he has it all, where he has the love, where he has the feminine, where he has a sense of community. Okay, he wants to have a sense of community. He's tired of being this wealthy man that lives solo, that goes on these solo journeys. A lot of masculines, as I've said, they travel for work. They're very wealthy. They are very high-level executives. They travel for work. They have their own business. They might even do international traveling, but they've lacked a sense of community, and they've lacked a sense of closeness with other people. So I see this masculine coming forward and really wanting that with the feminine. The masculines are finding their tribes this year and into next year. This is very important because the feminine can't be everything to the masculine. The masculine can't be everything to the feminine. And I think the feminine has tried, when she was still healing her codependency, the feminine would try to be everything to this man. And it was very scary for a masculine who doesn't want to be committed, who's scared of commitment and scared of being tied down. And if you look deeper, feminine, if your masculine was scared of commitment, there's a good chance, no, I've never been scared of commitment. I don't know what you're talking about. There's a good chance that you were also scared of commitment on some level. It doesn't have to be in a romantic sense, but it could be in the sense of, have you ever really put roots down? Have you ever really committed your life to anything, or your heart to anything, or your mind to anything? Where is it that you maybe had different fires of yourself being stoked, never really finishing a task or a project or a thought? So I want you to really think about that, because the masculine's deep in this process of creating community, and he wants to be a man of high honor. He wants to be a man who is looked at by his peers and by his family and by his friends, and especially by you, but his peers are important as well, as a man of integrity, okay? A man of high honor. I'm actually going to look in the book for this particular card. There's something that might jump out at us here. This is a most enabling and positive card. Here we see the cannonades as a significator receives a 21 gun salute. Literally, it means trophies, medals, honor, success, promotion, a raise, acing an exam, or graduating with honors. The significator, that would be the masculine, is on his way up, socially or professionally. Interesting. Interesting. He's receiving some sort of high order. The career advancement could definitely be possible during this time. But I'm also see this as there's a resolution of difficulties for the masculine. Okay, there's a resolution. He's finally deserving, finally victorious, finally getting the success that he deserves. And it's being recognized by his community, because he finally has a community that's supporting him, the true self. Like I said, these masculines are going to be spending a lot of time solo this year, and a lot of time really grounding themselves, and this journey has taken them on an incredible path It's been such a leap of faith for the masculines, and the masculines have left marriages, they've left jobs, they're continuing to have their world get turned upside down. As you guys know, I pulled the Tower maybe a week ago or so for the masculines, several times I think. The World card, you know, showing up for the masculines as their cycles are ending, karmic cycles have been learned and taught. And the masculines are just really deep in their thoughts of what comes next. But they're definitely, this is very, very beautiful, positive cards. You can see leaving the false person, going on this journey, wanting to be a part of this community of twin souls. They're learning about this. And if they may have balked at it before, they're not doing that now. Now they're at a point in time where they're beginning to really, really, truly dive deeper. And they're really beginning to want to, it's more than curiosity, guys. It's like they're at a place and a point in their journey where people are just always curious about my cards, where they really and truly want to connect, okay? They want to connect on a deeper level to understand what's happening to them, okay? Because they want to understand you more. They want to come back with a deeper understanding. They want to impress the feminine, is what I'm getting. Feminine, justice being served, adjudication. You might be dealing with some legal matters, divine feminine. This has been coming up a little bit over and over when I look into people's just personal energies. And adjudication, yes, justice is being served. Something is dissolving. Now this could obviously have nothing to do with your counterpart. This could be another part of your journey. This could be a business you have with someone. It could be like family affairs. This could also be just you signing those official documents for a house or a home, moving house or home, like I've been seeing for feminines. But there's definitely, you know, justice being served. And I'm going to just look this up as well. But it's kind of a neutral card. There could be some challenges here, obviously, but I'm seeing it as positive. So I'd like to see what comes. It's going to depend on the cards that surround this card. So tell me more about this adjudication card for the feminines, please. Tell me more about this adjudication card. Expectation. Okay, be mindful of your expectations. This is a feminine longingly looking for something that hasn't yet arrived. So you're waiting for this justice, very clear concept here, very clear story that's being told. You're waiting for the justice to be served in your connection and in all areas of your life, in particular with abundance for some of you, and you haven't seen it happen. You haven't seen it come to fruition. So there's a sadness energy that goes along with this expectation card. What we're learning on this journey is not to have expectations, because when you have expectations, 9 times out of 10, they don't get met. You feel deflated, you feel abandoned, you feel rejected. And what you thought was going to happen, the opposite will happen. And it will literally flip in your face in an instant or overnight. I've seen it happen. I've been on the receiving end of it. It's not pleasant, but you have those expectations. And it's really time for the feminine to let go of those expectations of this being this, you know, intense romantic journey. Where, you know, you hear about soulmate journeys. This is not a soulmate journey, guys. This is a journey of the self to the self through the self. It's a journey. It's your journey. It's about you. And your soul is split in 2 separate bodies, okay? It's you and the feminine, or you and the masculine, depending on what you identify as. And remember, these are labels. It's just for the ego to enjoy. Labels are just, we're really doing away with those labels in 2022. God, could Mercury go direct already? We have 2 more days of this bastard, so I can't talk still. What did I say the other day? I was wanting to say pouncing and prancing, and I said prouncing. So I came up with my own word, which my mom and I both do. Prouncing. I was talking about the cats, of course. Cat lady. Cat lady in the house. Feline, part feline. Give me a like if you're a cat lover, a cat lady, a cat dad, or you think you're part feline. Are you a Lyran starseed like myself? Give me a like. Drop me a like, guys. And we're about halfway through the video. And this is such an interesting story that's being told. I'm so glad I pulled out these cards. And thank you to the person who gifted me. Guys, if you ever want to gift my channel, I do have an Amazon wish list. I don't talk about it a lot, but I do have an Amazon wish list with card decks that I would love to have to be able to use on the channel. You can have a look-see around if you'd like, if you feel so called. Oh, what's this? Pathway. Okay. Don't look at my silver hairs. They're growing in. Don't look at them. No fucks given. Pathway. Here's the pathway we have for the feminine. Something is opening up. That's the energy that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. If you missed the beginning, guys, if you hopped onto the live late, go back and watch the first, 3 to 4 minutes, because I do talk about these springish energies that are popping in. You're getting a bounce in your step. And this is beautiful energy here. The butterflies, to me indicate transcendence. There's a transcendence of a thought process, a transcendence of a belief system for the feminine. Something is opening that was closed before. And for a lot of you, that's the 5D communication. You don't even know, you subconsciously shut down your masculine, shut off the communication. But here, the communication is being open and the pathway to union is being opened again. As you guys know, we have a huge Mars-Venus conjunction happening on, I believe it's February 19th. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's February 19th. It's the end of the month. And Mars and Venus are meeting again. They're meeting in the sign of Capricorn. They met in the sign of Leo last year. And then they met once again at the end of the year. And I can't think off the top of my head. I apologize. And then they're meeting again in the sign of Capricorn, a grounding earth sign. Capricorn is the sign of the divine masculine. So this indicates the masculine energy is going to bring in or kind of round up these unions. The masculine energy is doing the work this year. The feminine gets to step back and receive. Guys, huge energy. Great time to join the group coaching program in April. Lots and lots. April through August looks so light, so beautiful, amazing energy coming in through the months of April to August this year, guys. You want to take advantage of that. We time our programs with the divine timing, with the timing of the energies in the universe, the astrological elements in the meetups. I'm not going to take these cards because they're not the right cards. That happens sometimes because I was talking too much. Who, me? Okay, so divine feminine. I'm making up for lost time when I was labeled as shy as a child and then thought I was shy even though I was never shy. And so I didn't talk a lot. And now I talk all the time. I get to talk for a living. Ooh, message and gift. And the number 17. Oh my God. 717, guys. Physical union. Okay, the energy of physical union. I think it should be this way for you guys. Physical union. This is powerful. Gift and a message. Yes, hell yes. So there is a gift. Now this could be in the form of a phone call, a text message, a 5D message, although I do think it's more tangible, especially since we're leading up to this physical gateway, this physical union pathway and gateway that's opening for the feminines and the masculines. Justice being served. Drop your expectations of what it's going to look like or how it's going to arrive or when it's going to arrive. That's very important. That's what you need to do in order for this to happen. A message, a love message sealed with a kiss. So there's time that's been put into this message. This is not a message that's just coming through randomly. This is not a late night message. This is a message you're going to receive that's going to have a lot of thought into it. It almost feels old school, like a letter. So whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email, an actual physical letter, oh, swoon. If you get a physical letter, swoon. That's so romantic. To me, that's one of the most romantic things you can do. You know, if I'm in a relationship with someone, is to send me a physical letter, because you know that effort and time was put into it, energy. But whatever that message is and whatever form it comes, it's going to transform this connection. It's going to transform something. It's going to change the way that you and your masculine communicate from here on forward. And I think for a lot of you that have been through multiple separations, especially if it's been long-term, like months or years at a time, I think that's going to come to an end here. And I think that's part of the gift. Oh, it's a good thing that I am super flexible and have look at this, super long wingspan arms. I'm 5'7", but I have the wingspan of like a 6-footer. Inspector Gadget arms. Something is coming to an end, putting the nail in the coffin, right? On stations. Hello, it's me again. My phone decided to cut off the video, and I think it has something to do with being outside and the wind in my microphone. So I apologize, but I'm going to merge these two videos so you won't even know it, except that I just told you. So putting the nail in the coffin with false people, false personas, false masks that one or both twins might have been wearing. So this message is going to serve as, you know, like a death and a rebirth energy. It's like the death of the way things were, the death of the way you used to communicate with your counterpart. But then guess what, guys? The birth of the next chapter. Okay. It's like, there's no time anymore to fuck around. There's no time anymore to kind of pretend like you have time to waste. The masculine's realizing the effects of time. Like I said, they're seeing it. They're slowing down physically. And they're really having a chance to go within emotionally, especially as they spend time solo. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some messages here. Ooh! That wind is no joke. Avoidance. I want to communicate my feelings to you, but I am not sure where it goes, and that is what's scary. So it's interesting. So for the masculine who hasn't yet reached out, what he's saying to you is, yeah, I've wanted to reach out desperately. I desperately want to reach out. What you're feeling is real. You're feeling me want to reach out, and it makes you want to reach out, feminine, but it's actually your masculine's energies that you're feeling. So you want to make sure you know the difference between yours and theirs. We avoid communication of feelings for a variety of reasons. Sometimes we hear what we don't want to hear, and we cannot unhear it. This is huge on this journey. You don't want to hear that your counterpart is in another relationship. You don't want to hear that they don't want to hear from you. You don't want to hear that they've moved on in some way. So it's painful, and we shut down. But then when you shut down to the truth, you shut down to the triggers, you shut down to the healing. Communication can be magical and can put our spirit at ease if we stop trying to control it and just allow a free flow of truth. Truth and sincerity are key to keeping things on track. Avoidance is never productive, and non-closure can leave a gaping wound in both you and your counterpart. And I think a lot of feminines have felt that non-closure energy of just, I don't know where we are, what this means, when I'll hear from you again. And it's very unsettling. It's more unsettling to the masculine than you realize, feminine. Okay. What else does the masculine want to say with these fresh energies? Welcome to February. It's Lunar New Year. Let's look into the Lunar New Year is not the same as the Chinese New Year, I believe. Chinese New Year is March, I think. Forgiveness. I'm not sure I can forgive you or myself. This has been coming up a lot for both the feminine and the masculine, but it starts with understanding each other, understanding where you're coming from, understanding why the other person felt hurt or neglected or abandoned or rejected. And then from there, developing compassion, okay? Compassion for self, compassion for others. The unforgiven and the unhealed cannot exist in a union, so truly forgive, okay? So masculine's working on that avoidant attachment style, not in the feminines had to work on the anxious or codependent attachment style. And they're also working on forgiveness. So a practical thing to do at this time, feminines, would be to practice the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian forgiveness ritual prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And you just repeat that and direct it towards the person that you wish to forgive and that you wish would forgive you. Okay? Start with self, guys. It's the hardest. Start with self. When you've mastered and achieved that, go on to others. Okay. Got Okay. So, that's like 6 cards here. Happiness. I am truly happy when we are together. Truly happy. It's an unfamiliar feeling. You deserve to live life, masculine, to the fullest, not just robotically exist and go through the motions. You deserve to be and feel happy. You deserve every happiness in the world. Choices expand you, and you always have a choice. Unstick yourself or get unstuck. Get unstuck, divine masculine. Happiness hasn't evaded you. You've allowed it to evade you. You've created that. You have to understand that your 3D reality is a result of your own manifestations and creations. Provider. I was taught to put others before my own needs, wants, and desires. I was taught to provide. Somehow myself got lost in that paradigm. Interesting. That's pretty self-explanatory. Self-love is not narcissism or selfishness. This is about respecting yourself enough and caring about yourself enough to put your oxygen mask on first. Save yourself and then work on helping others, okay? So this actually becomes, what it does is it creates a wedge between the counterparts, because you see your masculine caring for other people, being committed to other people with the 3D contracts and whatnot. And the feminine gets very offended, gets very triggered, walks away, creates a, a cycle of separation. But what's really happening is he's putting others' needs before his own. The ex-partner, the kids, etc. Family members, friends, bullshit, etc. I'm not actually going to take these last 3 cards. Spirit doesn't want me to, for whatever reason. It says that's enough of, the healing aspects. That's like basically what Spirit's saying is that's enough for today. That's enough. The masculine has enough to work on, and they're feeling overwhelmed. So we're going to actually revisit that another day, because they're feeling overwhelmed with those energies. And I mean, that's a lot. They're working on forgiveness. What is the true meaning of happiness? How have I, not allowed myself to be happy because I was taught to be a provider. I was taught to always give. Don't know how to receive, especially unconditional love from the feminine. And then how have I avoided communication, avoided what I truly desire, right? What do I truly want? Yes. I am having issues with my speaker again, so I'm going to have to look into that. So this is the 3rd time that, or like 4th or 5th time, my speaker or my camera has cut out. So I'm going to wrap up this reading going over to the integration deck. The first card we get is the Angel of Integration for the masculine collective. So we'd love seeing this, feminines. Why? Because it tells us that the healing is being integrated. You do not want to interrupt this process. Don't go peeking around the corner. Don't go getting nosy. What are they doing? Who are they doing it with? Don't feel like you need to know, or you need to assist them or help them. You actually don't. They have all the tools they need at their disposal. When your masculine goes quiet, this is good. It may hurt your ego. It may deflate the ego. It may be painful for you to emotionally process. But if you can get past that, focus on yourself, turn your back physically on the masculine, on what they're doing, who they're with, etc. And I want you to focus on your life, because if you can do that, what you're going to find is you satiate yourself and your life with joy, with love, with connection, the things that you desire, rather than looking over here and being worried about what is happening over here. Are they doing the work? The only reason we chime in, we think we're doing it out of unconditional love. We're actually doing it out of ego, because we feel like we need to help them, as if they're below us somehow, which is insulting to the masculine. Because a lot of times, guys, the masculine is very well aware of this journey, was aware of the connection the moment they met you. They've just had tasks, duties, and contracts to accomplish and fulfill in the 3D. So when you go over there telling them what to do and sending them links and videos, what it does is it creates like this friction between you, and it might even push them further away. It's insulting to the masculine. Don't do it. They're not doing it to you. Don't do it to them. Guys, you're doing it because it's like a savior complex. I'm going to save everyone. I'm going to save all the wounded birds. Your masculine is not a wounded bird. He is you. He's an extension of you. He's you in another body, one soul split in 2 at birth, and coming into this earthly realm, sometimes, usually at different times, and oftentimes you find a physical gap in age. My masculine's 7 years older than me, which I think is perfect. But some of you have a huge age gap. You might be 20 years older and you're the feminine, right? You're in a female body and you're like, this is weird, and it's a masculine. Your masculine is in a male body. Or it might be the opposite. Or you could be 10 years apart or 5 years apart. Some of you will have come into this planet, right? At the same time, at the same year, but that's more rare. But it definitely can happen. There's no like rule book that says it can't. But a lot of twins did come in at different times and different eras for very specific reasons, okay? So, by the way, where did that go? Oh. By the way, guys, while you, like, let's say, because I was born 7 years after my masculine. So let's say during those 7 years, I was guiding him from the other side. Think about that for a second. Think about how cool that fucking is, that you were guiding your counterpart from the other side. And for those of you who have that huge age gap of 20 years, they were guiding you from the other side, right? You felt their presence. I felt my masculine's presence my entire life. I knew that he was on this planet. I knew. And he said the same thing. So Think about how cool that is when you have these age gaps, the cultural differences, the religious differences. We're here to overcome that, guys. We're here to show that it's just an illusion. Time and space and labels, they're all just illusions. So we have this beautiful angel of alchemy, or angel of magic. And what she's doing is she's coming in to bring in some of that beautiful spring energy, lightheartedness. She's transforming. This is alchemical, right? We're alchemizing something. You're creating, like when a diamond is created out of the rough, or, you know, the process of creating certain metals. And I'm not a physicist. I dated one once, but so I don't know how that exactly works. But what I do know is that your light body is coming online in ways in which it never has before. And it's going to be more and more extended periods of time, which makes you feel elated. It makes you feel like you want to dance. You're full of joy. You're full of laughter. You're full of hope and faith. So the faith has been reinstilled in these connections. The faith has come back. And with that faith coming back in these connections, the counterparts are feeling the force and the drive to move forward, and like, okay, now I can see the finish line. Like, you can see it again, because after so long we couldn't see it. We couldn't see the finish line. So a lot of people gave up, especially December and January. And now you're feeling like, you know what, this is all worth it. This is all actually going somewhere, and I really want to see how this ends. You want to see how it ends. You want to see where it ends. You want to see what it's made out of. Man, I wish... Okay, it's a good look. Okay, so angel of success, angel of choices, new life, that sacral chakra coming in, that sacral chakra. This came in, I think, the other day, right? Yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. The new life, the sacral chakra. A lot of you are getting sacral chakra pains or aches, belly aches, cramps, bloating, that sort of thing. This is because you have a new life. The new life that's being constructed underneath the surface. Your light body is coming online. The density is falling away. We're no longer 3D, guys. We're on the 5D plane. The new earth is here. It's not out there, it's here. And then you see what you wish to see and what you choose to see. But with all of these angels, you know, we've got the angel of alchemy, the angel of integration, and then we've got the angel of choices, the angel of success. Your choices give you your success. It will bring you the success that you desire, but you have to make the right choice. What is it going to be? This is a choice in your thoughts, a choice in your actions, a choice in everything. All the decisions you make from here on out, it's the choices. But the angel of success is with you, so she's assisting you on making the right choices. Whether you're looking for a new home, you want to look for a new job, you're ending a relationship, you want to get back into contact with your counterpart, just know that they are on a journey at this time, guys. They're on a journey, leaving the false life in relationships and belief systems and all that drama behind. And as this happens, they're finding their place on this planet. They're finding their community. And they're being recognized, okay, high honors. They're being recognized for what it is that they're bringing to others. And I want to get a card here, actually. I'm just dying to go back to this Kipper deck. It feels very high vibrational today, where it doesn't always. All right. Child, inner child healing. Yeah. So I was asking in my mind there, I was asking about, you know, I wanted a card for the connections, and what came up was child. So what I take that to mean is that you both are doing inner child work at this time, or this connection is going to go back to being more childlike, like it was in the beginning, with the innocence before you broke each other's hearts, and before there was separation, and before there was so much pain and anger and sadness and hopelessness. It's like going back to that time when things were more innocent, and being able to tap into that vibration is very healing right now for your connection. And there's one more card here, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So one more card from this amazing Kipper deck. Breaking free from the imprisonment of the mind. I wanted a message from the masculine to the feminine. He says, I was imprisoned. I was basically in mental slavery, imprisoned in my own mind. Kind of like the Eight of Swords energy. Prisoner of your own, warden of your own belief system, your own mind. They're breaking free from that now. Okay, you can see there's a lock on the door, but he's got a guardian here. He's got help. Okay, he's got visitors and guides that are assisting him with breaking free here. You don't have to worry about him. You don't have to worry about him, feminine. You don't have to go save him, rescue him, teach him, guide him. He has all the tools that you do. Interesting. There's a lot of hopes and dreams that the masculine has at this time, distant horizons. You know, breaking free from what he's currently going through and moving beyond what he can see with his own two eyes. He's opening his mind, becoming more spiritual, opening to different philosophies, he's building a new and brand new mindset for himself. And I think this is a vision, but for some masculines, this actually represents physical movement, breaking free. Look, breaking free. Look at the chains here that were holding him down for so long. Where is it? Yeah, the imprisonment. He's like, look, I know that there's something beautiful off in the distance. I can see that there's something beautiful here that wants to take me away and take flight. But letting go of the things that are holding me back, letting go of the things that have kept me imprisoned. And he realizes it's only himself that's kept himself in that prison. So I hope that this has been helpful in guiding for you guys. I hope it's been illuminating. If so, I ask just very simply that you please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I am very thankful for all of you, for my Patreon subscribers. I'm thankful for anyone who's ever interacted on the channel in a positive way, assisting others, guiding others. I'm so thankful for my moderators on the channel. You guys are amazing. You rock. And I'm very thankful to be on this journey with you. Have a beautiful, blessed day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this